So, I'm sure you hear people talking all the time about how they found an amazing new job through a connection or a referral. They didn't even touch an online application. These people are lucky, right? How do they do it? Are they just naturally lucky or well connected? How can I get those results? Well, let me tell you guys something. Online applications are by far the most common job search method, but unfortunately, they are also the least effective. But maybe you already knew that, right? You've been searching and applying online with no luck, maybe for months or even longer. Well, I have good news for you. Today's show will expose the truth about job boards and what you should really be using them for. I will go in depth and explore no less than 3 strategies for uncovering job opportunities without ever applying online. And yes, it is possible. So with that, welcome to episode 64. Find an amazing job without applying online. Welcome to Career Uprising. I'm your host and professional career coach, Lorraine Rise. Join me as I guide you through an amazing journey of self-discovery and empowerment. If you are looking for work, changing careers, or stuck in a toxic job, then this is the show for you. I offer both practical and spiritual guidance to help you up-level and advance your career. Let's start the uprising. Hey everyone, welcome to the show. Lorraine here. So I have a fun fact for you guys. Are you ready? Did you know that about 80% of all job openings never reach the public? That's right. It's crazy but true, guys. It's about 80% of all job openings do not get published online. What is up with that? We're going to talk about that today. Why are these jobs so hidden and how do I find them? This is something that I will tell you mystified me a lot in my earlier career. Nobody ever taught me this. I promise you. What I'm going to teach you today, I learned the hard way. No one ever taught it to me. So this is my gift to you. All right. And I hope if you are resistant to this strategy or just kind of thinking, how do people do that? If it sounds like a fantasy, listen up. This is the show for you. Okay. So let's walk through a little something. Let's say that your company has a job opening or an opening that's potential. It's about to come open. Doesn't matter what you do. Let's just say it's an account manager. Okay. So what do they do first? First, they post it internally within the company, or at least they should. If they're classy and they care about internal promotions, most companies do this. So first they'll see if they have any internal people who can fill it. Then, if that doesn't work, they'll start asking around for referrals. They might put out an email asking people for referrals from people they know. They might even offer up a referral bonus. This is really common. Referral bonuses are often thousands of dollars. I've seen up to $5,000 before. And so this is the process. First, they evaluate internal people, then they pursue referrals, and this can take a couple of weeks. So 30 days at this point may have gone by already of this job being available, and it still has not been posted online. But yet it's there and it's available, but you can't see it on Indeed.com because that's how hiring works, right? Referrals and current employees are a trusted source. There's already a relationship there. So there's a trust factor. So that's the number one preferred hiring method. Going externally and posting on job boards is a secondary approach for most companies. That's not the first go-to thing that they do. So like I said, about 80% of all job openings are filled before they ever reach the public. So I'm going to help you with this because this could either empower you or it could frustrate you, right? I actually said that once to a coaching client. He was very resistant and not understanding this strategy at all and just applying online, and didn't really know anything else to do and wasn't really open to anything else. And when I told him about that, he was about how, 80% of jobs are not posted online. He said something like, well, that's just frustrating, or that's a shame, something like that. And I thought, really? That should be empowering. I guess it depends on your attitude, right? But I want you to see that as a good thing. That means there's more than what you're seeing. So it's worthwhile for you to try some other strategies. And I'm going to share with you what those strategies are. So let's talk about the job boards for a second. I'm going to tell you, because I'm not about job board bashing. There are uses for them. They are good, I would say, for 3 things. All right. Number 1 is doing some research. So seeing what's out there, getting a sense of who's hiring, not the totality of who's hiring, but just a sense of it. Especially if you might be changing career paths, it's really good to study job descriptions and kind of use them as a guide for how you want to brand yourself for those jobs that you want. But then also number 2, it's good to study those job descriptions so you can determine if there's any gaps in your qualifications. And it gives you a sense kind of, what do I need to emphasize, or maybe what can I de-emphasize? What are they looking for in these jobs that I want? So you can use job descriptions as a guide and a model in that sense. It also can be good for salary research because sometimes you can find salary information in the job posting as well. Not all of them, but some of them do. And if you want to know if you're being paid fairly, then you might need to go on find descriptions of comparable jobs out on the market so you can determine that. Job boards can help with that. So there's 3 things right there that you can use the job boards for that have nothing to do with actually applying for the job. So here's what they're not good for. Probably everything you've been using them for, right? Actually applying with no other form of contact. So as your sole method, or as your sole method for uncovering opportunities and determining what's out there. So meaning, I don't want you to use job boards as your only method for A, determining what's out there and accepting that as the truth, or B, actually applying for those opportunities. Because you're really, really going to limit yourself if you do that. And I have a perfect and timely example of this. And I did not do this on purpose. This is all a coincidence. It's kind of a synchronicity. But I'm going to give you a real life personal example of this. So my husband actually just got a new job. He's very excited about it. Awesome benefits package and some really cool things about it. And he's actually, interestingly, going to be working from home exclusively now. So both mom and dad will be working from home. I'm excited about that, but I think we're such a modern family, right? In that respect, that I think it's crazy that my daughter is going to grow up thinking mom and dad both work from home. I mean, that's just cool to me. But so he's going to be here at the home office with me, which is awesome. But anyway, so he's getting ready to start this new job in a couple of weeks. And he found this completely as part of the hidden job market and through networking. He did not touch an online application. Oh, and the job he found before that, the one he's leaving, yeah, same thing. Same thing. This is the truth, guys. Okay. So what happened was a former coworker that my husband was close with and that we're friends with, he was offered, and his coworker left his current company about 7-8 months ago. And then he was offered an introduction through his coworker to meet the actual executive team at this small company. And this company happened to be focused on just the type of work that my husband does, which likes to do, which is a little specialized. So this was just synchronistic and awesome. And so he accepted the introduction. He met with them. They fell in love with him. They made him an offer he couldn't refuse. And now he's transitioning out of his current job and into this one. And it just blows my mind when I think about this. This is such a good example of how you get jobs through people and not necessarily applying online. And I teach these concepts in depth, and they require, for a lot of people, it's okay. They do require in-depth teaching to my coaching clients through my Career Jumpstart and my Career Transformation programs, because if you've never gotten a job this way, it's really hard to get on board with it mentally. And believe me, I know. I know. I'm like the queen of online job boards in my 20s, okay? And it did work for me, but to a certain extent. And I believe more and more in networking and finding new strategies and things like that ever since I've been a business owner and a career coach. I see it work for so many of my clients, and I see it work for me in growing my business. So I've completely converted. But when you apply these concepts to your own situation, oh my gosh, it's magical. So if you haven't done so yet, join my community. Just take that little step and go to careeruprising.com. You can go to careeruprising.com/sign up and just get on my mailing list and kind of take that next step. If you feel like you might need a little help with this, you're like, what is she talking about? Only thing I know how to do is apply online. I don't know people who can get me a job, right? I hear that a lot too. So let's take a quick break. And when we come back, I'm going to teach you no less than 3 ways that you can start uncovering new opportunities that are not posted online. And if you do these things, if you really do them, it will transform your results. Okay? We're coming right back. Hey everyone. While the show takes a quick break, I want to tell you about 2 ways that you can get help in your career for free. First, you can sign up for my mailing list and be a part of my community. I offer all kinds of advice and solutions for your career problems. I also have a free guide that I created just for you called Strategies for Interview Success, and you'll get it instantly in your inbox as soon as you sign up. So head on over to careeruprising.com/sign up and get on the list today. Then, when you're done with that, you can join my amazing Facebook group. It's also called Career Uprising, and it's growing every day. You can interact with me and ask questions about your own situation. So go on over to Facebook groups and search for Career Uprising, and I can't wait to connect with you. All right, let's get back to the show. Okay, we are back. So my basic point, you guys, is this. I don't recommend that you have only one strategy for anything in life, and that includes looking for your dream job. There's no silver bullet. Sorry, guys. There's no one thing that you can do that will just bam, there I go. I skipped everything in between and just went right to my job, my dream job. You need to vary your methods. This is applicable to so many things in life. And that's why it's important for you to expand your thinking so you can expand your opportunities and think outside of what you just see there. There's more that you see than what you see online. Way, way more. I promise. Jobs outside of the job boards do exist, and they exist in abundance. I've known clients and heard stories of people who get jobs that were created for them. They go in an interview and they're like, oh no, we're going to create this new role just for you. That actually happened with one of my clients. Sometimes it works that way. The job didn't really even exist until they met you and said, oh, that's what we need, right? These things happen. So I don't want you to feel like it's a waste of time to target companies or pursue companies where you don't see an immediate opening. That could not be further from the truth. I'm a believer in this now. I didn't used to be. I'm being honest with you guys. I didn't used to be a believer in that, but it is very true. So if you're willing to do a little bit of work to find these opportunities, they are there. And here's your starting point. Here's what you guys need to do. Take out a piece of paper, or you can just play it back. Here are 3 things that you can start doing now to help you uncover new opportunities. Number 1, reconnect with your former coworkers. Just the ones you like, of course, right? Stay engaged with people that you know. People who know you and like you. It's about knowing, liking, and trusting. This is how hiring decisions are made. I've taught this concept to a lot of my coaching clients as well. The know, like, and trust factor, right? It works. It's just like in sales. But I want you to have a genuine friendship and relationship with these people. Think about the story of my husband that I just shared with you. His former coworker who he was friends with and has been friends with for years. Our kids hang out and things like that. That produced a fantastic job opportunity for him. And he had never heard of that company. He never would have known to even look at them unless it was for his friend. This is how it happens. So step 1, use LinkedIn, use email, whatever you want. Heck, use Facebook. It doesn't matter. But stay genuinely connected to people even after you leave jobs, whether it's bosses, coworkers, whomever. All right. It will enrich your life in a lot of ways. It's not just for your job search. It just enriches your life to stay connected to people, to get to know them, to have a relationship. I don't know about you. That's something I like. Maybe it's because I'm a people person. I don't know. Right. I work with people for a living. So I like that personally. I thrive on that. But I want you to stay connected with your coworkers. Know where they go. When they leave your current company, where are they going? Well, connect on LinkedIn. That's a great way to know. You don't even have to ask them. Number 2, research industry conferences and conventions. Get out there. See and be seen. See other people and let them see you. I like conferences and conventions. I think they're an amazing opportunity to learn and grow within your industry, but also make new connections, meet new people. And of course, you have to follow up, right? You can't just shake their hand once and then it's done. There needs to be follow-up afterwards. But the cool thing about these is that the connections you make are likely to be pretty relevant because they're within your industry, your line of work, gold. So get familiar with major events, talks, seminars, things like that, even little meetups, informal ones, and do your due diligence to go to them, enjoy yourself, have fun, make connections, and follow up. This is where magic happens. Okay, number 3, tap into professional associations. I'm a fan of these. I'm still a member of SHRM, Society for Human Resources Management. I have been an active member at local chapter meetings for the last several years. And I'm still owning a business. I still go. Why? Because I want to learn. I want to stay up to date. I want to know what's happening in the hiring world. And I want to meet people. And their dinners are fabulous. Right? There's so many good benefits. I walk the talk here, guys. So if you're not sure about this, see if your industry in your line of work has an association to support it. Many, many do. Those associations are there to help you. They're there to support you in your career growth, and that means connecting you to people and resources that can help you get a job. In fact, whenever I would go to these HR meetings at the local chapter, one of the things they would do is when everyone goes around and introduces themselves, they would ask, if you are in transition and looking for work, please tell us that so we can try and help you. Holy cow! That's exactly what you want. So open up some opportunities for yourself by going to these meetings. That's why they are there, to support you. All right? So there you have it. there are 3 things that you can do right there. You can reconnect with your coworkers. You can go to industry conferences and conventions, and you can tap into professional associations. Those are just a couple of ways. Believe me, there's also alumni. Think about people that you went to school with and following up on those connections as well. And then sometimes there's just going in cold. A lot of people sometimes do have success going in on LinkedIn and just trying to find the hiring manager. I don't find that method to be quite as effective personally. That's just kind of been my experience and my client's experience. There's really just not enough of a relationship there or a trust factor. So I want you to start with people that you already know. And I've said this before on the show, but I'm going to say it again now too. You don't necessarily need to know the decision maker, right? Because a lot of people are going, but Lorraine, I don't know anyone who can get me a job. I don't know, the hiring manager and things like that. Here's the thing. You know people and people know people. That's an excuse, I think. That's a limiting belief. All right. I don't think that matters. Sure, that's convenient. If that's the case, great. If you know the decision maker and you can go right to them, but realistically, you probably won't. But other people can connect you. Again, think about how my husband just got his job. He didn't know who this company was or any of the people there, except one. And that one person was not the decision maker, not at all, a peer. But that was all he needed to get the introduction. So think about who knows you, who knows how well you work, how good you are, what your skills are. Do those people know that you're looking for work? Know that you're open to new opportunities? If they don't, you're selling yourself short. You're missing out on the hidden job market. So I actually kind of gave you 4 strategies because alumni is one too. And here's a 5th I'm going to throw in as a bonus, okay? You can, depending on the industry that you're in, use staffing agencies as well. Oftentimes, those jobs are not posted online. Or they might be posted online, but they won't tell you what company it is, and that's intentional. But a lot of times, the staffing agency will have jobs that are not posted online because it's their job to go out and find the people. If the company wanted to just post it online and do it themselves, they would, right? That's why they hire the staffing agency, to bring them people that they can't find other places. So that is a potential method as well. So, hey, I gave you 5 strategies. So now what you have to do is take action. You have to actually start doing these. So if you do one of these things, kudos, good start. I love it. If you do 2 of them, awesome. Double kudos to you. You're a cut above the rest. If you do all 3 or 4 or 5, well, holy crap, you're just going to be unstoppable then, right? The more actions you take and the more new and different actions you take, the more new and different results you will get. So I want to leave you with this, and I want you to know that just because you don't see more jobs, or see the jobs that you want online doesn't mean there aren't more. Nothing could be further than the truth. So there you have it. Keep that message with you through the days and the weeks ahead. Go to careeruprising.com and learn more about me and how I can help you if that speaks to you. But if this show is enough and you act on that and it makes a big difference, I love it. I love it. And if that happens, write me a review on iTunes. I would love that. But I love you guys, and I will talk to you very soon. That's it for today's show. Thank you so much for listening. If you like what you heard today, please consider giving the show a positive review on iTunes. It would mean a lot to me, and it would help to spread the word so that others can learn about the show. Thanks again for tuning in, and I can't wait to connect with you again next time on Career Uprising.
This show was brought to you by InflowRadio.com, the best curated talk radio network for personal development, wellness, spirituality, and conscious business.